Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to go over my trades from the 21st, yesterday. No trades for me today, but let's jump right in on my first trade was on FSLY. I took this for an open range breakout, uh, and I was just extremely too aggressive this day. I know part of it was because I came into the market rushed. I didn't get into the market until about 9 o'clock, and it only left me about 30 minutes for me to really build a watch list and to go through my process. So I just came into the market rushed and I wasn't totally with it. But I took FSLY for an open range breakout at 103.94. I was looking for a move up to this 105. But like I said, this was rushed and I totally ignored this pre-market level right here. And I was just looking for a move up to the pre-market high. And this thing ended up making the break, triggering me in. And then this thing just failed hard. Ended up getting stopped out at uh, 102.77. And then I knew this thing still had potential. We had a window up from the open range high up until 108. So we had about a 4 point window. Really, once it was clear, it was over this pre-market high. So 105 up to 108. So after I got stopped out, I sat back and I just waited till we got confirmation of taking out this pre-market high level. Once we confirmed above it, I got triggered in. Once this candle made a new high, I got long on this at 105.25 and ended up taking my first cover at 105.78. I took this early just because the way it stalled up here at the 106 level. Uh, it kept hitting against it multiple times, but just couldn't break through. So I ended up taking some off early, and then ended up getting stopped out at break even. And then as we pulled back, and this candle showed a lot of strength pushing back up. And then on the next candle that broke above it, I got long again. I feel like this was an okay setup. I took half size on this because I knew this wasn't a decent enough pullback. But I felt like once this thing got going, once we was gonna close over this 105 level, that we would get the push up to 108. And today it just didn't have the legs to make it. So I ended up getting long again on this one at 105.25 once we confirmed over the pre-market high. And I ended up getting stopped out at, oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. I got long on this one at 106.17 or 106.18 basically. Uh, for the break of the high of this candle that I entered on the first time, looking for that push up to 108. Uh, this thing ended up pulling back again, stopping me out at 105.13. And then I got aggressive again. Thought this was a decent enough pullback. Figured that third times was the charm. So I did go in full size with this one at 106.25. We made a push up to about 106.90. And you can see that this candle just did not like what it ran up to above. And we got slammed back down. It didn't help too that the market was rolling over at this time. So I ended up getting stopped out at 105.20. And after this, I was done. Just didn't see any reason to just keep giving money back to the market. Obviously, this thing has shook me out um, one time. You can count this 2 times because I ended up taking profit early. So that was once, two, three, 4 times I got shook out on this stock. And I just was done after that point. But in between this opening range and this continuation trade, I did jump in on edit. I took edit for opening range breakdown. I was late on this one. You can see the opening range low is up here, and it had a decent window down to the pre-market low. Taking some profit right here was probably that was about a point away, and then the pre-market low was about another point. So we had a good 2 point window from the open range low down to pre-market low. But since I was late, I waited, took the conservative entry. Once we closed below pre-market low, I got short on edit at 64.62. I got my first cover at 63.91. I took this early too, so like another failed execution. Uh, just wasn't sticking to the trade plans. I believe too after taking that first trade on FSLY and being rushed, my patience wasn't there this morning, and I wasn't able to see my trade plan all the way through. But like I said, I took some off at 63.90, around 63.91. Then I accidentally added back, putting in my break even stop, used the wrong hotkey, and added back at 63.89, which made my average around, uh, I believe, 64.25. I put my average around. So I ended up taking a little bit more off around 63.50. And then this thing was almost got to my next profit target around 62.25. I got low down to 62.50, which was also on the hourly chart. We had a lower linear regression line around 62.50. It ran right into that, bounced off of it, and as we started to bounce off of it, I decided to take a little bit more off because I just seen how it reacted to that level. So I took some more off at 63.26, and then the rest ended up coming off break even at 64.20. And that was pretty much it. This was a decent trade. I did fumble right here, and I took profit off early on my first cover. So I kind of made up for it by adding to it and then taking some more off. But overall, this is just bad execution. Pretty much my execution all day was bad. That was bad execution. This was bad execution because there was no setup until we got over this 105. This entry right here was good execution, but I did not stick to my trade plan. Uh, just couldn't get that push over 106 on this candle, and the way this was trading, it just looked like it wasn't going to get that push. And then I started getting kind of aggressive, just strictly thinking about the window up to 108. And I know FSLY, once it gets moving, it can really move. So I just wanted to be a part of that and end up getting shook out and giving a lot of profit back to the market. So this is going to be a rare week for me. Uh, had a decent day on Tuesday, so it did help cushion my week a little better. So it wasn't a massive rare week, but we're just gonna keep moving forward. I know that these days are gonna happen where my execution is not with it, and I want to have days where I get into the market late and I'm sluggish or I'm either rushed, and I need to just make myself aware of that and maybe not trade the morning session and just wait till some continuation setups come my way and just don't feel so rushed in my process. If my process is rushed, I just need to be able to be aware that I need to slow it down, take my time, and either not trade that day or just wait for some trend continuation place to set up. But we're going to end the week there uh, on a red week. But my last 2 weeks have been pretty solid. So we're still green on the month, and we just want to look at today, learn from it, be aware of how I felt today or yesterday, the 21st, and just not make these trade executions again coming up on Monday. And, this is part of the process. So Thank you guys for checking in with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.